Welcome to The Big Show.
What number is this, Rich?
This is podcast number 12, the American Craftsman Podcast. I got it right. Yeah. I've been practicing since I was away.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. I was away for a week, because of my injury to my foot that it was happened in, I'm not going to say it happened in Vegas, but somebody told me it happened in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. If you want to hear that story, sign up on our Patreon page. We talked about it last week.
Doesn't that stay in Vegas? Isn't that the catchphrase?
Well, obviously, I thought it stayed in Vegas until I had to listen to the Patreon podcast and realized that nothing's sacred.
No. I think your tendon stayed in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, welcome, everybody. It's good to be back. I hope everybody's having a great week. Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, maybe Thanksgiving morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And today we're going to change it around a little bit. Instead of a gripe of the week, we're going to have what we're thankful for.
That's right.
Which I think is good at this time in this stage in our lives, or this 2020 the way it's going.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we probably don't give thanks enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we got a shout out to the Movember has done real well. And in fact, I actually said this before. I thank the person who donated, anonymous donor, who brought us up to, what, $480 then?
Yeah, so we're $20 away.
Short of our goal. And as you can see, well, this looks like I normally look. The only one that looks different is Rob. He's got some kind of peach fuzz.
He got a little scratchiness going on.
Going on under his lip, which I can't wait for November to be over.
Yeah, me too.
So anybody out there, we just need $20 and we'll hit our goal.
Yeah, 20 you give $1. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Perfect. And hey, thanks to David from DWS Remodeling on Instagram. We got our shirts.
Yeah, actually,
finally.
Here, I'll hold one up. I have mine right here.
You got yours on the back of your jacket.
That's right. Well,
there. Chair there.
None of us, we haven't worn them yet.
Nice. Thank you, Dave.
It's DW's Remodeling.
Did I say that?
You said DWS, but I see the apostrophe there.
That's his Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got it right.
He's in Frisco, Texas.
Hope you're a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Better than an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I know Frisco.
You've been everywhere.
I've been to Frisco.
You've been everywhere. Let's face it.
Thanks, David. Dave's a nice guy.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And, you guys out there who've got your own T-shirts, don't let David show you up now.
Yeah, no, we could do a T-shirt swap. 2 large, 1 extra large. There you go. The next part I'll leave up to Jeff, because he's more in touch with what's going on with this next project of us. So I'll let Jeff take this away.
Yeah, so some of you may have seen, I was posting about it on Instagram. We forgot to mention it last week. If you watch the podcast or listen to the podcast last week, you see that we kind of, without Rich, we were like all over the place. We forgot the gripe of the week. We didn't do the tool of the week till the very last thing. We like, I don't know.
And we went for 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. So
out of control.
We totally forgot to mention this last week. So we're doing I had the idea to do the Secret Santa. I saw on Facebook, I think, somebody was doing something similar with like, women to women kind of thing. So I said, why can't, us woodworkers, carpenters, all these guys that kind of make sawdust, why can't we do the same thing? So the idea is you sign up. It's over on our website. Go to the navigation bar. You'll see Secret Santa 2020. Just click on there and fill it out. All the details are there. But so it'll be a $25 US gift. You could spend more than that if you want, but keep it even. Make sure it's at least 25, so you're not ripping off the guy that got you. The sign-ups close November 29th at midnight, which I'm now realizing what I really meant is November 29th at 11:59 p.m. because that's the end of the day, not the beginning of the day. So, so you'll get assigned someone. And you send them a gift, and somebody will send you a gift.
All right. And if you get us?
Yeah, so if you get us, we're going to, all 3 of us are going to send you something, so you'll get 3 $25 gifts.
Exactly.
But you only got to send us one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, we have I don't know if he wanted to stay anonymous. I'll say he's anonymous at this point. Gentleman who he's going to be giving away 2 $25 gift certificates to our website.
Yeah.
So you can get some, a T-shirt, some glue caps.
And this is the first time hearing this, too.
Yeah. Well, we don't fill you in on everything.
No.
Obviously.
No, we already told you. You forgot.
No, you know what? Stop that.
I'm not kidding.
I know. Well, you pull that line on me all the time.
It's true. It's true. This is going back before your surgery.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm not buying it anymore.
It's that anesthesia.
I'm not buying. I'm going to record it now. From now on, I'm going to record everything that goes on.
They have Rich on some heavy meds. If he says something outlandish today,
yeah, just excuse. We blame it on the
Rich
medication.
He uses that excuse. Oh, no, we told you. Yeah, don't you remember? Oh, must have been medication.
You guys got minds like steel traps. Who am I kidding?
You know, Jeff's been talking us up all early afternoon here, and it's time for the introduction of the beer of the week, right?
Yes. Yeah, so I was hoping to get something that was kind of Thanksgiving themed, maybe a turkey flavored beer.
Oh, God. Bacon flavored beer.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen like the soda, the ranch dressing soda.
People have tasted that. I didn't have tasted, but I had people that have tasted.
Yeah, I've never had it. It sounds foul. So here, I'll show you guys what I got. I guess it kind of is Thanksgiving themed. I just saw it and it was like, well, this kind of is appropriate.
Does it have a turkey on the label?
No.
A pilgrim?
No. So this is from a brewery called Rusty Rail Brewing.
Rusty Rail?
And the beer is called Waffle Sauce.
I don't. Oh, okay.
This is a maple pecan imperial brown ale. Or pecan. Do you say pecan or pecan?
I say pecan.
Yeah,
pecan.
I say pecan. Unless I want to be impressive, I say pecan.
Yeah,
I want to impress people.
I think it kind of depends on what I'm talking
about. It's like tomato.
Like pecan pie?
Pecan pie.
Yeah, see, it's like, it depends on what you're talking about. You might say one way or the other.
I say pecan, as I said, unless I want to impress somebody. Yeah. And I say pecan.
I don't know. You're not.
What if you're in Savannah?
Yeah, no.
Rusty Rail Brewing. Imperial Pecan Imperial or Maple Pecan Imperial Brown Ale.
Where's it come from?
It's from Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania.
Mifflinburg.
Brewing boldly in the heart of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania drivers, stay off our roads, please.
Dunder Mifflinburg.
Hope you're not an Eagle fan. He's looking at you.
Doesn't smell very much like maple.
Oh, it's mapley.
Oh, yeah.
Tastes like something. Doesn't taste like maple, though.
No, that tastes like maple to me.
Yeah.
It's like cough medicine.
It's not great so far.
Alcohol, 8% by volume.
It better be.
Yeah, Rob snuck like a 9% beer in here last week. And we sucked them down in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed you guys are a little giddy.
That's why we went 3 hours, I guess.
And we had a second one in the Patreon podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when things got out of control.
Yeah.
When things were said that shouldn't have been said. I'm not going any further.
We did
pay to play.
Keep some secrets. All right.
Well, what we got next? We got the tool of the week, which
the tool of the week. I was going to have a real good tool of the week, but I was vetoed on this. But so I had to come up with my secondary tool of the week. So it's my trusty Weehaw screwdriver. German made. Has all the bits in it.
Yeah, I love that thing. I think they call it a 26-in-1, right?
Yeah, 26-in-1. It's very handy.
Each of those bits is double-sided, right?
Yeah, exactly. You just loosen it up like that, pull it out, flip it over. Even has a posi drive bit, which is I was kind of surprised. Usually you don't see those a lot, but this has a posi drive bit. It looks like somebody's been using this and damaged this piece there.
I don't know anything about that.
But yes, this is my. I have another Weira screwdriver as a backup. I have two of those, one at home, and because you know what, at home I got screwdrivers all over the place, and they're always flatheads, and I don't know why I collected them, but now I just bought one. I threw them all out and just keep the one screwdriver around.
Why is that tool of the week as opposed to just tool? What makes it so special?
Because I love German tools.
There you go.
And this is very affordable. It's very well made. As I said, it's got that slow motion tab that opens up to my 26 different bits that I could use.
And that's about $1.
And actually spins around too. Yeah. And they're German-made bits too.
They have a couple different versions of it, like with different kinds of bits.
Yeah.
I think because I have that same one. They call that like the
tradesman.
Tradesman. Yeah, they have a technician, which I think has more like electrical kind of focus bits.
Well, I had a better tool of the week, but
go ahead and talk about it.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it at the Patreon podcast.
Okay. The bonus footage.
Have you paid for that?
No. Have you paid?
Yeah.
No.
You pay with blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh, don't you remember I paid?
Blood, sweat.
Oh, yeah, you
sweat,
forgot.
and tears.
I remember. You remember, don't you?
Where am I right now?
So the tool of the week.
Tool of the week by Weehaw.
Yeah,
screwdriver.
Put a link for it down in the description.
Yeah, I actually really endorse that as well. I don't have one because I just borrow Rich's.
Yeah, I could tell.
There's a pattern in that train of thought.
Yeah. That's the way we like to do things around here.
I know I should have locked up my bench.
Yeah, around Christmas time too, you'll see a lot of sales go on those. So,
is Weehaw the one that does the calendar, or is that Weira?
The Advent calendar. I think that's Weira.
Yeah.
Weehaw might make one too. I think a lot of those German companies do that. The Advent calendar seems like kind of like a German thing for some reason.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are we up to now? This is what we're thankful for.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what we're thankful for.
Are we going to take the listener submissions first, or?
No, we'll do that.
We could do that.
Or so we'll talk about what we're thankful for.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the order that's written on this list.
Okay, all right. All right. So you want to start first, Rich?
I'm not thankful for anything anymore. I came here thankful about a lot of things, but then I realized that I'm just not thankful. No, I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm going to start with my family, my wife, my 4 kids, Ricky, Lauren, Danny, Kendall, my 3 grandkids, Gracie, Nath, and Balaki, or Blake, as they call him.
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just being laid up these last couple of days has really made me think about a lot of things, and I'm thankful that I have my health. There are a lot other people worse off than I am who had their legs amputated and just can't walk anymore. But I have a small injury. I should be thankful for everything. I can't complain about anything anymore. And I have a habit of being a little bit of a complainer, as people have known me. But
what?
So I'm going through an epiphany. And I'm thankful for my 2 partners here. To my right, Mr.
Riffler.
Green?
Mr. Greene. No, my 2 partners here. If we can get together, we wouldn't be here. And I'm thankful for everything they do and help out and how we mesh nice together. So those are the things I'm thankful for. I'll probably have some more later on, but
yeah,
I have to drink
That's
the
a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of ride your coattails there.
Yeah.
Definitely, very thankful for you guys. I'm, definitely blessed to be able to work a place like this and do what we do. Thankful for you guys putting up with my bullshit all the time.
No.
Certainly a difficult...
I think we could all say that. And it rings just as true.
thankful for my wife, my son Hunter, Allie and Hunter, my family, my health, everything. So thankful for everybody out there that takes the time to listen to the podcast, reach out, ask questions.
I'm thankful for all listeners.
Yeah. It's a cool cool thing every week to hear from people and interact with people from Europe and Australia. All over the place.
It's amazing.
Except that one character from Keyport. We don't want to hear from him.
Hibbity bibbity?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Union Beach.
Yeah, Union Beach. That was it.
Oh, well.
That leaves up to you, Rob.
Yeah. Well, I have to mirror all of the standard things that we're all equally thankful for. Our friends, our family, and, my wife, Andrea, my dogs, Sammy, Zuma. We got our great house here, my health. It's hard to, if you really give it a lot of thought, not be thankful for so much. Even in 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, and these tumultuous times where you find people so divided over issues and seemingly ordinary events. You sit back and you go, man, life is pretty good, and in fact, almost a day doesn't go by where I say, I can't believe I made it this far. I can't believe I own my own home. I open the refrigerator and it's like, what do I want to eat? And
are there ice cream sandwiches in there?
There's no ice cream sandwiches, but there is some, devilishly good ice cream in there. And we always have plenty of treats. My wife is some treat shopper. So, I'm thankful for all these things in a way that I can't even measure, because I didn't plan on any of this. The idea of having a business and then finding partners, real partners to have a business with, because that's what we're really lucky enough to have. That's why it works. All the kidding and the joking and sometimes friction but that's all normal. When you have a partner in life, whether it's business or personal, that's what makes it good, because we're always challenging each other, supporting each other. I'm just thankful for all that stuff, the ability to sit here and speak my mind. Have a good time.
Week 2
is that
of the
Nat
Nets.
Back?
Yeah, there's another one.
There's one around Rich, one around me.
So that's just a start for us. We're just thankful for everything that's come our way, and even some of the hard times, some of the bad things that have taught us lessons. Whether it's teaching us that we can overcome things, teaching us how to overcome things. So thank you. Thank you to the spirits.
So, it's a long list.
Yeah, it is. There's just so much to be thankful for. I mean, you can get through this year.
Yeah,
things got to be looking rosy after this effing 2020.
Hopefully. Yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a trying time. For us, we've weathered it pretty well.
Yeah.
We've known a few people that have gotten sick. Nobody that's been gravely ill. And we have a really good little situation here. So we're able to keep working, stay somewhat isolated, and we'd love to hear from more of you out there, how you're making out, and you want to pop some of these listener submissions in.
Yeah, this is great. These are pretty good. So you can start.
Before we get into that, I want to say our buddy Manny. We're thankful for all the favors you've ever done us.
That's right,
and we know that you're always doing favors for other people. So we wanted to show you a little thanks. We got a little something coming your way, so keep an eye out on I think Tuesday. Yeah,
it's coming to the shop, so don't let somebody get their greedy hands on it.
Yeah, their greasy hands.
Don't worry, it's not a case of wine.
Yeah, so it should go unnoticed.
So we have our listener submissions.
Yeah.
Oh, that is tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in a little early and say this beer is not very good. I'm hoping it'll get better. So Keith from 2-Bit Woodworks, he says he's thankful for his amazing family and friends and thankful for being a part of a great community.
Keith, I hope you're doing well with your surgery. Hope everything's working out all right.
Yeah, hope the shoulder's feeling okay.
I'll second that. I mean, we actually talked about that a bit when we were thinking about what we were going to do for the podcast this week, and Jeff and I were talking about how this is a great.
It's a really big gnat too. It's not like a regular size one. It's a jumbo.
This is a great community of woodworkers. We're all sort of in the same boat. You know, we're these small businesses. We all deal with the same, pitfalls. And rather than being, ultra competitive, we're supportive of one another. And that's really, I think, even more rare than...
Yeah, I think that's a very rare thing these days. Maybe it's the times. It's just the way everybody's can communicate easier with one another through social media and all that. It's not like the old days you'd have to call the guy or meet him at the bar or something like that. Now there's so much connection going on between people. That's great. I love it. I love that it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan came by this morning. We chatted with him for a bit.
Ryan from Massey Carpentry. Actually, he's here on this list. Ryan is he's thankful to be scheduled out for several months.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's working on a couple of doors.
Yeah.
Right down the block from us, actually.
Yep.
And
I wasn't told this, so don't say to me that, you don't remember who Ryan is. Nobody
the guy
mentioned.
that came and picked up the cherry?
Yeah, you know Ryan.
Remember? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
It's all coming back to me now.
It's all coming back. The fog is lifting.
Well, he needed a couple of pieces to supplement this.
Oh, he was
this
a nice,
door
very nice
move.
guy. Very nice guy.
Get him. You get him?
I don't know.
Anyway, he's creating what, barn doors from French doors, or is it
right? So
versa?
taking French doors and making them barn doors.
Yeah. So he needed to add some stock to, I guess, the bottom of one of them. He needed some thick wood to
Cherry?
No, we glued up some maple for him.
Nice.
And that's the way he popped in, sent him on his way. He said, "What do we owe you guys? What do I owe you guys?" Nothing. That's
he said. Told him to pay it
return
forward.
the favor. Pay it forward. There you go.
That's nice.
We have one in between there. This is from Tim at True Trade Carpentry, fellow Jersey guy. Family and friends, and being able to do what I love.
With an exclamation point. Yeah, why not? Why not be thankful for that?
Yeah.
Tell us what's next, Rich.
This is from Barry Conrad. Faster horses, older whiskey, younger women, more money, and my Martin guitar.
Yeah. I wonder where Barry's from, if he's from like Tennessee or if he's a
Kentucky.
Texan.
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah. We don't... It would be slower horses for me. I'd be thankful for that.
Yeah.
And no younger woman.
I think he means the horses he's betting on.
I think so too. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what he's
there you
talking
go.
about.
That's how detached from a horse I am.
We have Freehold Raceway right over here, and Monmouth Park. Actually, what's the term I'm looking for? There's like a lot of horse racing and breeding and stuff sort of
That's
in this
right.
area.
There are horse farms.
There's a lot of horse
in
farms around
Middletown.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't the that one super famous horse that like boarded at Monmouth Park for a while?
Yeah.
The I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you I knew.
Yeah, I know.
Seabiscuit.
Yeah, there was something doing.
Is that War Horse from that World War II movie? World War One?
Black Beauty, I think it was.
Flicker.
Not to be confused with Flipper.
Yeah. You don't remember the horse Flicker?
No.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, there's a story. They wrote a book about my horse Flicker.
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, I wasn't making it up.
I remember Flipper.
Flippy, yes.
Rob only knows the book Italian Stallion.
Yeah. Now there's a horse.
I think that was boarded in Staten Island.
Yeah.
The Rocky story.
Yeah. Behind a deli.
Already got that from Ryan. He's got a lot of work scheduled up for the next.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ride his coattails into the new year.
Good for him. Very good. Being healthy. Randall from RM Craft Sand Customs.
Crafts and
Crafts and custom.
Crafts and custom.
He doesn't make craft sand customs.
Hey, look at that.
Ryan, how do you make craft sand?
It's like at the fair when you get the bottle and you fill it up with the different colors.
Aren't you glad you came back, Rich?
You don't remember that sand art used to get?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you pour in the different colors.
Yeah.
In the old Coke bottle.
All right.
I can't know if there's no hyphenations there.
All right.
Kevin, I want to say it's Locke. I know we've said your name a couple times on here. Let me know if we're saying it right. Kevin Locke, L-A-U-C-K. Health and family.
Touche.
Yeah. Oh, I'm embarrassed and humbled to read this next one from Neil from New England Treads. Your great podcast. Giving me some goals to shoot for in the shop. Oh, thanks, Neil. We're actually thankful for you.
I thought that was New Wang Land Treads.
Anal bum cover.
In all seriousness, we are thankful for you.
Yes.
Doing this podcast, knowing that people are listening, I mean, it still kind of surprises us, and we really get a kick out of it when people write in, and, we try to get to every single inquiry and question. Yeah. Take it.
Oh, this is from a lady who we did a job for, Kim from the Highlands. Thank you for transforming my spiral staircase into something I can actually show off. Yeah, we did a job in Highlands. We replaced threads on a spiral staircase using bolted birch or Russian ply, Ruski ply.
Yeah.
As I used to call it.
Yeah,
it came out real nice.
Yeah.
It did. We put out a couple of different options. Was rich light, some Baltic,
white oak,
hardwood treads of some sort.
And she went for the...
she went with Baltic, with the exposed
it
plies.
Has 16 or 12 different plies on it.
Yeah, kind of that industrial look.
Like apple ply used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it came out nice. And I think it probably, rich light would have been really cool, but with the black steel
right
spiral staircase, it looked pretty sharp.
Looked good, yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
We're happy.
Hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
And we have one more from Brent at Blue Ridge Customs. Thankful for those who are willing to share and teach on Instagram.
Yeah, aren't we all? Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
We're still learning almost every day something new from online or, somebody we met online that happens to be local. Yeah, it's a great resource. And that goes back to, Keith and talking about the community that we're a part of. And it's great to be a part of the positivity that's going on in our community. Again, these are tougher times than a lot of us are used to seeing, and bucking that trend is really a great feeling. I feel great after we do this podcast every week because I know there are folks out there that are enjoying it, whether it's just passing an hour or two while they're at work, putting on the headphones and just sort of zoning out, or every once in a while we have a kernel of wisdom.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not from us, something we just pass on. Yeah. Right?
We've had some great guests.
Yeah. That's something to be thankful for, right? All the great guests we've had in our little short career of podcasting.
We'll definitely have more too. We're kind of taking a break now.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on, with COVID. And so, we'll probably stick to just the three of us for the next couple weeks and see how things pan out. I know Ryan, we're hoping to have Ryan on, and actually Tim And I mean, there's a lot of people we'd love to have on. So
yeah, but so far we've had Wild Willie.
Yep, John Peters, Keith, buddy Manny. Is that everybody?
No. Let's see, Wild Willie.
We had John
Keith.
first, then Wild Willie, then Keith and Manny.
Yeah, that is.
Who's it?
All right.
Seems like more.
Yeah, and we'd love to have any of those guys on again. That's for sure.
So before we get too sappy, let's get on to some of the other questions, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask this first one from Jack at Jack Thornton 98. I guess that's on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jack. He's asking us, what are some essential work tools to carry in the apron?
I carry a pencil, a number of pencils, tape measure, and a little precision square, and a plane, a hand plane. That's what I carry.
I travel pretty light. I have a pencil, a white pencil, a Sharpie, a precision square, a double square, usually a card scraper, and a little knife, and a big eraser, which I think I may have taken that out. I haven't really been using it a lot lately.
Well, Jack, if you've been watching the show since maybe the beginning, it was maybe our first or second episode, I think I'm going to start with the apron itself, right? We all wear Calavera leather aprons. They're pretty intense. They're all custom made by hand, one at a time. So I'm going to start right there with our full bib apron.
By organic animals.
I don't know if they're organic. But essential, I mean, tape measure and pencil of choice. I take a lot of ribbing, and I deserve it, but I like a nice little tape measure.
So he can stick a lot of things in his bib.
Yeah, I carry lots of little tools in my bib. I have a little 12-foot tape measure, couple of mechanical pencils. I go for red and the regular lead. I have a double square, a little Olfa knife. On occasion, I'll have an apron plane. I definitely have a couple of different bits for the drivers in my pockets. And we all also have a key fob that turns on and off our dust collection system. So those are our essentials that we pretty much all have with us at any given point during the day.
Yeah, because we're not far away from our benches, so it's not...
No, the shop's only 24 by 36.
Yeah, when you're on an install, sometimes it's a little bit different. I know, Jeff, you wear a carpenter's bib, a carpenter's belt.
We usually swap out to more like a builder's style belt.
Yeah, I wear a tool belt if I'm out on install, because I don't carry a mallet on my apron. But if I'm out on an install, I have either a mallet.
Somebody carries a mallet on his apron now.
Yeah, I can't use a mallet that's small enough to go on an apron.
Kleiner hammer.
Like Kinderhammer. Yeah. That's right. Well, you don't have to be jealous. You can get one.
I'm not jealous.
Add it to your Christmas list. Yeah, and tape measure. I forgot to say tape measure.
Yeah. But if you could only have two things, what would it be?
Well, I think a tape and a pencil. You can't really do anything without that.
Yeah.
All right, 3. What's your third?
Knife.
Knife?
Yeah, knife.
Well, I could have the other things, but they just can't be in the apron.
Yeah. These are the 3 things you carry.
The Veritas precision square.
Okay.
Tape and pencil.
I think I'd go tape, pencil, and a knife.
Okay, I would go with the double bevel, or
the double square.
The double square, yeah. Because I've just been using it for so long.
Yeah,
just force a habit.
Yeah, that Veritas precision square. Maybe it's just me, but I use that thing for an ungodly amount of stuff.
It's always in and out.
I mean, it's exactly 3/4 of an inch thick. So if you're like planing material at 3/4, you can use it to get,
That's what that is. I like that thing too.
Yeah, the little it looks like a little framing square.
Yeah. Keep it in my top pocket. Yeah, forget the knife.
They sell all these fancy depth gauges and stuff for like setting your table saw height. You don't need that. Just use it's little square. You can, check things for square, inside corners, outside corners.
Yeah, I use my double square for all those things, but I have to say, even though I'm getting stronger prescriptions all the time, there's one side of that I almost can't read at all because
the double square. Yeah. There's like a 64th.
It's like every time I pull it out, I gotta flop it over now because that side is almost useless.
Yeah, it's like a machinist square almost, so it has really fine.
Yeah. It's just a blur on that side. All right, Rich, you want to read the next question?
Okay, what is your favorite shop-made jig? Or what are your go-to most used jigs? I seem to make a lot, and the good ones are indispensable. This is from Miles from Eat, Drink, Wine Guy on Instagram. We've kind of touched on this subject before with the jigs. Again, we make jigs depending on the job. And the jigs that we've used, we've kind of stabilized them, gotten more from outsourced companies. How could you say that? It's we don't have a sled anymore. We bought the table saw with a slider on it. There's not too many jigs we have here. Again, it's based on the job, on what job we're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We don't use a whole lot of jigs because everything is so specific, really. There's not a lot of overlap from job to job. I just made, because the one that we had before was set up for the Delta, and now we have the Unisaw, or the Saw Stop is a 45-degree miter sled.
Yeah. So
we're making these. They're actually sitting over here.
Did a great job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it worked out nicely. These, what do you call them? Window grills. So they fit over top of the inside of the window, with the grid. So I had to make up a quick miter sled to do that. So that's something that'll stick around. We have a circle cutting jig for the bandsaw, which we use quite a bit.
That's probably the answer.
Yeah. We look around, there's not a whole lot of jigs hanging up.
No. Well, every time we make one that works really well for that specific job, we tend to keep it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, 3 or 4 months down the road, we realize we're never going to use it again. It's just taking up space.
Yeah.
And we wind up disposing. We usually will repurpose it somehow. Mm-hmm. I think we have more templates, I'll say, than jigs. And we don't even use those. Those are mostly holdovers from things like making guitar bodies and routing specific openings, whether it be for an outlet or a pickup or something like that. But yeah, they're so, you don't think about it until you're asked a question. I would say, oh yeah, we use jigs all the time.
Yeah, but really.
They're
usually just a quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Like on the dado saw, putting sacrificial fence with, you might have a stop, or, we do stuff like that all the time. Yeah. But typically they're just use it and on to the next thing. I will say one thing that I use a lot, which it's not really a jig, but the bench hook.
Yeah.
So, hooks over the edge of your bench, and then it has a stop parallel to that. Good for planing and sanding and routing, cutting, all kinds of stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we're into the little doodads. I mean, the other day when I was planing those moldings, you made all those bench dogs for me, and I used those all day. So we like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is from Wild Willie. This next question, one of our favorite guests. And it's a pretty interesting question, and it can get pretty deep. Would you use a tool brand you don't like for a paycheck? I mean, everybody probably understands how that would work, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I asked Wild Willie. I said, how big is the check?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is tongue in cheek.
Yeah. Well, what would it take, Jeff? Let's say that, and we'll use off-maligned tool brand Ryobi. as the prime example. Ryobi comes to us and they say, we really like what you guys are doing. We follow you on Instagram. We'd like to outfit your whole shop if that's the only brand that you show. You know, we want to see that lime green logo, and we want you to talk us up. What's your answer?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Not with a brand like Ryobi.
What if they said, we're going to give you $100,000 a year to do it?
The thing is, I don't think we could get our job done the way we do with a tool line like Ryobi. I'm a big, if we're talking like, let's just talk cordless tools.
Yeah.
I'm a Makita guy.
Right.
And a Bosch guy for the most part. If Milwaukee came in and said, we'd like to set the shop up with all Milwaukee tools, and we're going to give you guys a $4,000 a month or
tool allowance.
Yeah, or I'm saying a literal paycheck.
Ah, okay.
Well, then there's something to be considered, because at the end of the day,
it's close enough.
There's not really that much of a difference between your preferred battery platform and the other one.
Right.
It's all about very slight personal. I like the Makita track saw, but really, and I have the Makita router, but the Milwaukee router is a slightly better router. Yeah. But I have the Makita because that's what I have. I have all the batteries, and so it's a tough question, because there's a lot to be considered if it was to ever come about. I'm certainly not gonna use something I don't want to for money,
right?
Because it really goes against everything that we sort of stand for, and you definitely don't want to feel like you're selling out.
Yeah. What is that? We could get into that, because, I come from a music background, and so that's a particularly dirty phrase. Mm-hmm. And I would like to think that as I'm older now, I would make a more reasoned decision. But you guys know, I've made some decisions in the past where I have been given the opportunity to do something that was a little distasteful for a lot of money, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, do you want to elaborate? Because I think it's pretty. It's an interesting story, and I think people would probably be interested in hearing about it.
Well,
as much as you're willing to tell.
Yeah.
Well,
when I was in my 20s, I was a singer-songwriter with a band in New York, and a big label with major distribution came to me. And in the 80s, this is the way the industry worked. You had to have backing from a major label, because that's how things went. And for those not familiar with how the record industry worked at that time, a record label would sign an artist to a 7-record deal. So that meant that they owned you for 7 records. You had to give them your first 7 records if they wanted, if they elected. And if they chose to drop you at any given point, they could do that as well. So it was a really one-sided type of thing. And then they would, once they signed you, they held all the power. They would they would assign a producer. They would tell you which recording studio you're going to. They would have a big hand in selecting the music for the record, the single, the artwork, all sorts of stuff they had control over. And they really lorded it over the artists, saying, well, you can go back to playing at CB's and, the bitter end and go to work or live on, some girl's couch, or you could take our deal. So I was presented with an offer, and they really chat you up. You're the best thing since sliced bread, and you go into the offices and everybody treats you like you're Elvis, and it's kind of a special feeling. And after being unknown for your whole life, you're kind of wondering, is this real? And then, of course, comes the gut punch where they say, Rob, we test marketed this particular song, and we want 4 more just like this. And you say, well, that's not really what I want to sound like. But, you think about it and you go, well, how bad could that really be? And while you're thinking about it, they give you a call and they go, Rob, we're just not comfortable with the lyrics of song A and song B. Could you change some of those lyrics? And that's the type of, chilling effect that, the record label could have on an artist. And all of a sudden I was starting to doubt who I was and why I did this and why I did that. And at the end of the day, I realized that, I didn't want maybe the only record I'd ever get a chance to make, because you're only guaranteed 1 record in these deals, the first record. I wanted to be proud of it. I wanted to be able to show all my friends and colleagues, like, look, this is a record I made. That's me, and this is my band, and these are the songs I wrote. So the great fear was, being attached to something that I couldn't be proud of and would maybe be embarrassed of, and then never getting another shot to redeem myself. So it didn't happen, and they closed down the Steel Gate, and Electric Lady Studio was off the block, and everybody who would want to be my friend stopped returning my calls, just like you might imagine in like a satirical movie. Mm-hmm. Everybody stopped knowing me. It was like from walking down 6th Avenue, hey Rob, how's it going, to like people running away when they saw you.
Blacklisted.
Yes. So that's the long story. And I guess the short story is, I guess I couldn't take money for something that I didn't believe in.
Yeah, and I mean, that story draws a lot of parallels with our business, because, I mean, there's plenty of jobs that you
don't do them.
Right. We either flat out say that we don't want to do them, or sort of just design our way out of it. To sort of put it nicely, I mean,
you chip away at that stone.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, do I want to get paid to use a Ryobi drill versus a Makita? And do I want to build a Home Depot cabinet?
Right.
Or do I want to build a Greene Street cabinet for money? I don't want to build the Home Depot cabinet, so I'm not going to take the money for it.
And we're not obstinate or condescending about it. We really do believe we have the client's best interest always at heart. And we believe that there's a way to marry the two things, mm-hmm. our artistic and ethical values, and give the client what they want at or around their price point. That's something that we really work very, very hard to do. Right, Rich?
Yeah. I wouldn't... Going back to this question, no, I wouldn't sell myself to the devil.
That's kind of it. It's a slippery slope,
but
isn't it?
It's a tough thing to do when you're first starting out, and I could see people getting swayed and saying, yeah, well, okay, I'll do it. I don't want to do it, but you know what? I got to eat this week, or I got to feed the family this week, and people might make that decision. So sure. I can't make that decision. I can't criticize people that do that because I don't know what the circumstances are.
We're not.
I personally can't do that. Yeah, but we have a different feeling towards this. I mean, we have a different perspective towards this. But a young person coming in that's offered a chance to say, "Oh, you could sponsor. Ryobi's going to sponsor. We'll give you everything," and.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when does it
start swaying your opinion, and you start giving a false narrative as to the reality of the tool? That's the thing.
Right.
That's my point of contention is Ryobi pays us to use their tools. Well, even if they don't explicitly say, you have to say that these are good tools. Well, I feel obligated because I'm being paid. I'm a company man. I want to do good by the company.
Right. It's not as if Ryobi's not coming to us to give us tools in secret. We don't work in a clandestine bat cave and nobody knows we're using them. So by we're implying that we're using these tools to make our products. So if you want to make products like us, use Ryobi tools.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It's dishonest because we wouldn't really use them if we weren't paid to, and we might be giving out bad advice, like advice that we wouldn't give under different circumstances.
Yeah, it's just untrue.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to recommend Ryobi tools to anyone.
Right. So it's like a spokesperson on TV.
Oh, you see that Ryobi glue gun?
I will recommend the Ryobi glue gun.
We've said that in the past.
Hot glue gun, yeah.
Hot glue gun.
We've said that's the outlier of the tool line.
But again, it's one of those things where that might come out. If it comes out once a week, it's lucky. And it believe me, it's not once a week. It's maybe once a month. When it does come out, it'll come out maybe a couple times in a week. And it's fine for that. But a drill that I use every day, the Ryobi's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And it's even if it physically could keep up with the work, it doesn't feel right in your hand. It feels like you're holding a brick. It's heavy, it's clunky and clumsy.
We've used them in the past. So these are not opinions we've formed just because we think it's not a good tool. It's just not. It isn't a good tool for us.
Right, and it's not just because it's the cheap one.
Right.
It's just because it's just not.
The ergonomics are kind of wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we worked in a shop that had all 18-volt Ryobi drills and a couple of like the super cheap Porter cables mixed in.
Or the Chicago pneumatics from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Or Horror Fright, some people may call it. I mean, I brought in my own drills to use because they're just, it makes
a difference.
Yeah, it's just nice to have nice tools.
You know, that brings up a question that I'm going to bring up on the Patreon part of the broadcast about this. So remind me.
Patreon?
Yeah, maybe remind me about this subject.
I will.
Actually, I wanted to say, I was talking with Willie about it last night. I guess I won't say the name of the company. It's a what I guess used to be a very high-end hand tool company, which is now owned by or owns a power tool company. You probably know who I'm talking about. I haven't owned any of their tools. I've looked at some of the older stuff on eBay and almost bought it, but you know, they have this guy on Instagram who I don't know. I don't follow him. He might be a nice guy and a good woodworker for all I know, but using this $400 miter gauge on a rigid job site table saw. So they send this guy a $400 miter gauge, and he's using it on a $400 table saw.
That makes sense.
So it just, you know, the prospect of taking tools, free tools or tools for money, it comes with a lot of, I don't know.
You know what my Uncle Johnny used to say? Nothing's for nothing.
Yeah.
You got to pay somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Right, Rich?
Oh, yeah.
the old expression, you got to pay the ferryman, you know, to get across Styx.
Yeah, coin on each eye.
Yep.
So hopefully we answered your question. Hopefully we didn't go too off path.
You know we digress.
Yeah,
if you've been listening.
You could ask a question about this. We're going to be over there.
Yeah.
Who we got next?
Adam at Far Out Woodworks. What's he want to know?
Adam wants to know, do you have any tips or tricks for organizing your shop?
Well, this is somewhat appropriate, right? What'd you just pick up in the mail?
My screw box. Yeah. So I got a new truck recently, so I was switching around some tools and trying to pare down what I have. I had a couple of those Bosch L boxes, the ones that, you know, click together, and they're all beat up and starting to break, and I'm just not a big fan of how they work. So I bought a Sustainer screw box. So I was putting that together and reorganizing we have a drawer full of screws. So going through that, moving things around, getting things all labeled. So that's definitely, I think, a big tip. Label as much as you can and separate out, things that don't go together.
Yeah. Get rid of things you don't use.
The purge.
Yeah, definitely purge often. And, sometimes it's cheaper to buy something again. Not like small tools and stuff like that, but to buy something again than to continually move it around and have it in your way.
Yeah. We have a couple of auxiliary sheds. The red shed, the tool shed, the wood shed, the yellow shed.
The trailer.
And things usually get outsourced. If they're coming out like the pocket hole machine and things like that for, drilling pockets for the hinges, that goes into the red shed because it'll come out for a job and get used in a few days, and then we don't need it taking up space. We don't have an unlimited amount of space here.
Yeah, like the painting supplies, they're not in the shop.
Yeah, because we hardly ever paint.
Right, so when we paint, it comes in either in a tote, the sprayer is on its own rolling little cabinet kind of deal. Yeah. So it comes in, it gets used. When we're done, goes back out.
Yeah, you have anything, tips or tricks?
No, we actually did. We talked about this in length at other times too, about where do you put your stuff in, drawers or doors? So you use, it's the same concept. Whatever you feel comfortable. Organize yourself the way you're going to feel comfortable. Drawers make the better sense because they roll out and you could see in there. Doors and other cans, you got to bend down, look and see. Sometimes that piece you want is all the way in the back. You got to dig your hand in there to get it out. So I'd rather go with something with a lot of bank of drawers and organize my things that way.
Yeah. I think what we were alluding to was staying clean is one of the things, try and put the tools away, keep the shop clean as possible during the work day. Just keep, the most essential stuff out in the arena of work.
And lean.
Yeah, don't be a collector. That's a separate thing. If you're a collector or pack rat, have a separate room for it.
They're looking at me.
Rich is a king of organization.
I'm not even here.
So that would be our tips. Basically, stay on top of it. Don't let it get to be too much and to be overwhelming. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd say a tip for getting organized. Like, let's say, so we did a big shop sort of overhaul and organization at the end of last year, beginning of this year, basically a year ago in the winter. We built like a sanding cart, and 6 months later, tore it apart and redid it because it didn't really work the way.
Yeah. Well, also we thought, wow, if it's just an inch taller, it'll line up with this and make that possible. So that's what we did.
Yeah. So don't dive head first into building an organizational cart or cabinet. Maybe start with the carcass, put your stuff in it, see where it's going to go, live with it for a couple weeks, because you might build all these drawers and doors and put this here and that there. And then 2 weeks later, you realize this does not work, and you sank all this time and effort into it. So maybe start with like a rough draft kind of build, and then finalize. Don't put your dividers and stuff in the drawers right away.
That's good. All right. Well, this one could cause some friction here. This next question, Jack. He's a frequent flyer. Jack Thornton, 98. He wants to know Phillips square head or star screws. Slotted for exposed always, Jack likes to say.
I don't know about electricians use slotted all the times on all the plugs and all that, or the outlet covers.
I think he means like when we were doing the confessionals, and we did use. No. Did we use slotted on those with the brass washers and stuff? Those were Phillips?
Yeah. I was thinking the hinges. Yeah, those were slotted.
Yeah.
I don't remember. No, they were Phillips, I think.
Were they?
Yeah.
No, they weren't. They were slotted because I remember I went in there and I pulled them all.
Oh yeah, we did. We lined them all up.
I lined them all up.
It's called clocking.
Yeah,
clocking your screws.
Yeah,
Do you guys clock your screws?
We did then.
Yeah,
that one because I remember I changed them all. I was in there doing that, but I don't use it for a lot of joinery. I basically use square drives or stars. Phillips.
Pick one.
Square. Yeah. Or the combo one that'll take both of them.
Yeah. I'm going to say square. I think I could be converted to a star, but we only have those one or two sizes. Usually they're those really long ones. Or when we did the deck, that was like a star, wasn't it? Or is that?
Yeah, the camo screws. Yeah, that's a star.
I really enjoyed those. But if I had to choose between square and Phillips, I would go with the square head.
Yeah, I like Phillips.
Oh,
I like a straight Phillips though, not a combo, because I feel like the combo sort of doesn't work as well.
Right, it's two things that aren't as good as the individuals.
Yeah, I pre-drill everything, so it's what do they call it? Camming out hasn't really been an issue. If you're using a good bit, it's not an issue. I don't know. I mean, I work with square as a carpenter for a long time, and I don't know. I prefer the Phillips. I like star on like the GRK cabinet screws.
Yeah.
I like Phillips because you can clock the screws too.
Yeah.
So you get them nice.
Well, you could the square too.
Yeah.
Square them up.
A little more difficult to see.
You don't clock them up, you square them up.
Oh, I like that, Rich. I like that. Square it up.
There you go.
I don't know, man.
I was actually looking, we need to get some more screws, and McFeely's is who we get our screws from. They happen to be sold out of the 1.5-inch screws. They're having a little Black Friday sale.
Yeah, because now we're pretty much trying to keep everything American made.
Yeah, I've been using SPACs.
It's not easy, but...
Yeah, because they're made in America.
Yeah, designed in Germany, made in America. We have a lot of the McFeely's, I don't know what they call those, just the regular sort of...
Yeah.
Construction screw? Not construction screw. Interior screw.
I don't know if it's just me. I mean, I've been using those... I mean, I don't even remember when I started using them. That's how long ago it was. I feel like the quality isn't as good. Like the head shape isn't as
horrible,
totally accurate as it used to be.
Square, their combo head. The square fits like shit, and the Phillips fits like shit.
And they strip. And I've never had
to be crisper.
Yeah, I never had them strip before, and these strip.
It's like they're not deep enough.
Yeah.
Like the bit doesn't get enough purchase.
And where are they manufactured?
I don't know. I'm going to assume China.
Yeah. Okay. And there you go.
That's probably it. They may not have been at one point, or, which is sometimes more common. The parent company, which is probably an American company, says, these are the standards we want you to build to so that we can save 1/10 of a penny on every screw.
Well, there's the other question. That's another good for the Patreon. Can manufacturing come back in the United States?
Oh man,
we got a lot to cover in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a subject on itself.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can. I really don't know if we can. Well, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. Okay. It's a little teaser.
All right.
So maybe you can start asking those questions for another podcast, and we can make that discussion because that's going to be an interesting subject.
Yeah. Now those SPAC screws, as I'm yesterday reconnoitering that drawer, we had some 3x3 by number 10 or something. Open up the boxes, and they had a bit. They're Phillips, number 2 Phillips. That fit was so tight. Yeah. Rob saw me. I'm over here holding the screw just in the bit and shaking it like this.
No
and it
magnet.
Would not fly off. Just a little 1-inch bit by itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was in a comment thread on Travis Tools by Design. He had posted a sort of like a little meme. It was carpenter, and it was a guy just, what was it? It was like different people running screws in. It was like a landlord, and he like ran it in halfway and then like painted over it. Carpenter like ran it in. You'll have to go watch it, but these guys, I somehow got sucked in because I had commented and somebody replied, and another guy started replying. They're fighting over people using drywall screws as construction screws, and about how, well, if I'm building something that's only going to last this long, I'll use a cheap screw. And
well, who decides at the beginning of a project that there's this finite lifespan of their job? I mean, that's quite a, I don't want to say it, but...
Well, and who has the time to be picking and choosing what kind of screws they're using for what? Just buy one type of screw and use it.
Well...
They don't cost anything. They're 3 cents a piece.
That's kind of the joke is, let's look into that guy's toolbox and see if he actually has screws for his jobs that he... predetermines will last 10 years as opposed to 3.
What do they say? Penny smart, dollar dumb?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yep.
Something like that.
All right. Next question, please.
I guess I got this one.
Yeah.
How do you guys assemble face frames on cabinets? From Terraform Woodworking .co on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If it's hidden, the sides are hidden, pocket screws. Before that, if there was not, I'd use biscuits and glue them and clamp them.
Yeah.
That's what I would put them on.
I think he's asking, how do we assemble that actual face frame? Not to the cabinet, but the face frame itself.
The face frame itself. Pocket screws.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much
universal.
It. Yeah. That end grain to side grain joint isn't that strong, but with a pocket screw, it's not going to move.
No.
Clamp it up, line it up right. Just don't put that one clamp on. I think it's going to hold it, and when you're screwing, so.
Yeah, and if you're using Craig pocket holes, it's gonna move.
Yeah,
they always move.
Yeah.
The Castle holes are much better. I wish we had a Castle machine. We have the nice Chinese made Craig that we actually got for free from Craig. I won it at a thing I went to.
Did we sold out then?
No, I won it. It was a prize.
Oh, okay. That's different.
They were supposed to give us that janky track saw that they make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, they didn't have it.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick, straightforward answer. We make them with pocket holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people use dominoes. I don't really see the need. It's not a structural joint. It's going to be literally attached to a cabinet.
Yeah.
There may be applications where you have a face frame that's not supported behind. Well, then it's definitely a good idea there. If you're going to see the back and you don't want a pocket hole, visible.
Yeah, we take all that into consideration. We wouldn't, put a pocket hole where it's going to be unsightly or anything like that, where people could actually see it.
Yeah.
Then we'd go with something else. And, then there's any number of choices.
Dowels.
Yeah.
All right. Terraform. I have a pedal that's called Terraform. Yeah, by Wampler.
Ah, yeah.
Made in the USA.
I know about Wampler. I don't even play guitar.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that Judge Wampler?
Yeah.
Waffler, like
it's just Wampler.
like our waffle sauce.
Neil from Portland, Maine. He wants to know our thoughts on a spindle shaper.
Now, Neil is actually the same Neil that said that he's thankful for the podcast. So thanks, Neil.
Oh, thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
Neil, I have no desire to use a spindle shaper.
Why not?
We don't have it. It's a big machine. We don't have the need for a spindle shaper.
No.
If we had that type of production, yes, I could see using it. But for us,
yeah, we don't.
Unless you're getting one for free.
Even then, we would say, where are we going to put it?
Well, we've gotten rid of that one shaper.
Yeah, we had a small. It was a spindle shaper, but it was a small one, and we actually had it set up for half-inch router bits.
Yeah.
We got rid of that. Now, we know what that is? That's in Jamaica somewhere, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, went overseas.
Guyana.
So any of you are Guyanese using it, it came from us.
Yeah. See, if we had the space, I'd love to have a shaper because there's all kinds of crazy shit that you can do. You know, you can stack up all kinds of cutters and make different profiles. I saw Jack English is a guy up in Canada. I've shown you guys before. He restores a lot of old machines and stuff. He was showing yesterday this sliding tenoning sled for a shaper. So I think it would be really cool to build some doors, cabinet doors and stuff on a shaper. But like we said before with the organization, we keep it as lean as possible because we only have 800, 900 square feet. So there's no room for a shaper. It doesn't get used. There was a lot of people on the John Peters little top shops tour that he did that said, man, these guys don't even have a router table or... No. We just don't use it, so we don't have it.
Exactly. Yeah. We're lean and we're mean.
I'd rather have a router table.
Yeah.
Then you can take it apart and put it in the one of the off-site places we have.
Yeah.
Spindle shaper, you're not going to be able to move that too easy.
For me, I'm kind of like somewhere in between Rich and Jeff. I mean, I might be inclined to, use it for something if we had the space. The thing I've seen them used for before CNC became the way to do things in that arena, guitar bodies, now they're all CNC'd. They used to be done on a spindle shaper, tracing a template. But that 2-inch high cutter exposed like that, it just always, it's not something I have a lot of experience on, and that's why, I'm a little bit sketchy
intimidated.
About intimidated. That's the right word. Like the tools that I've been using my whole life, they don't intimidate me because that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I was saying this before because we were kind of talking about this question. I'm like less intimidated by those big machines because they sort of command the respect. Right. I've always gotten hurt on utility knife blades and stuff like that because you just, you're not thinking about it. You're just using it because it's so unassuming. But like a 16-inch table saw, when you're using it, you're locked in.
You're concentrating.
Because you're thinking to yourself, well, one, wrong move and my freaking hand is gone. Yeah. So
it's funny. We mentioned this the other day. I was on the bandsaw, and the one little cut, because we have a saw stop. So somebody was in here and said, you ever, cut your finger on a table saw? And everybody's got some sort of story. And thankfully, I've never done that. But one time I was on the bandsaw, and, it moves kind of slow compared to, most of the spinning blades in the shop. And it seems kind of, I don't know.
Benign.
Yes. And I'm, carving around this little thing and just nicked my little finger, not even enough to hurt, thinking, oh, that didn't do anything. But sure enough, dude, it was a nice little bloody patch there. So you're right, Jeff. You don't be lulled into a false sense of security with some of these things.
Even stuff like the drum sander here, you're always 1 second away from getting your arm sucked into that thing.
What about, I had this cut that I had to wrap up twice yesterday because the orbital sander I was sanding and just touched the edge of my thumb, and I didn't even think I got cut. But of course, when you're working and it's maple, it happens to be shred everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I hope that answers your question, Neil. We're not users of the spindle shaper, and maybe somewhere down the line we might be. Maybe if you got one in your shop, you could tell us about it, give us some of your experiences on it, show us some of your work. We'd love to see it. So that's bringing us. What's I'd say,
beer of the week.
Yeah, okay. I can tell you this. It's still full.
This is a Greene Street first.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's almost empty, but
no, I can't drink it.
This was so disappointing. I'll say that. I had high hopes.
Yeah.
You know, they have this nice stack of pancakes on the front with the syrup coming down. It doesn't taste anything like maple, pecans, or waffles to me.
I'm going to say I don't like the name, waffle sauce.
Yeah, it's nonsensical.
Like
I like the picture.
I don't think it belongs on a can of beer. And I didn't like the way it tasted. So I don't know what went on at Rusty Rail. Who was the guy who said, let's green light this? I don't know if he's still working at Rusty Rail.
He might be drinking a little too much, that guy.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to try another Rusty Rail Brewing Company beer.
If they're not out of business from this terrible beer they made.
Yeah, we're gonna try another one that's not like this sort of like novelty.
Yeah,
and we'll give it another listen because we're sure their intentions were good. Nobody puts out a bad product.
I mean, it's not a bad beer. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a very specific sort of beer that you like.
Yes,
I mean, it's not a good beer, but it's not a bad beer. But it doesn't deliver on what it says it is.
I can't even do it.
It might have like a little bit of like an Aunt Jemima kind of maple flavor, but not.
It just the flavors.
I think that's what throws me off. It's the picture and waffle sauce. It's not a name of a beer to me.
Yeah. If you smell it, it smells sweet, but it doesn't smell like maple.
No, the two flavors don't go together.
Which ones?
The waffle sauce and beer. Like maple syrup, pecan, and beer don't belong together in the same can.
Yeah, I've had maple beers that are very good, though.
Maybe it's the pecan.
It must be the pecan.
Maybe that's more what I smell is like a sort of a... Anyway.
So there's a thumbs down for that.
Sorry, Rusty Rail.
Yeah, I'll give you a middle thumb.
All right, a middle something.
Yeah.
That comes to the end of our podcast.
Movember.com.
Yep, it's almost over.
Greene Street.
.com/m/Greene ST. Please, $20. That's all we need to hit the goal. So the month is almost over. I think when's the first? Monday? Tuesday?
Yeah, we were all pleasantly shocked by the huge generosity of an anonymous donor.
Yeah, $350. That's awesome.
Now, that's not to us. That's to the Movember.
To Movember.
Yeah, we don't get any.
Supporting men's health, testicular cancer awareness.
We didn't even get
prostate
a T-shirt
cancer
out of it,
awareness. No. We did get a free mask, just one though.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in my truck.
That's nice.
You're missing out on all kinds of stuff.
I got an Aetna mask in the mail the other day.
They probably charged you.
No, they sent me a care kit.
Here's this free mask. It's $250.
I guess when you hit Medicare, they felt sorry for me, so I got this box in the mail that had tape, hair shampoo, skin stuff, a thermometer. It filled everything.
Man kit?
I have no idea. Bandages.
Something to take the hair out of your nose.
Snacks?
Toothpaste. No snacks. A mask.
What the hell?
It was a care kit that they called it.
Any of you other older fellows, have you received this kit?
You have to be on Aetna, though. After Medicare.
Did it come from Nigeria?
No, I'm telling you, this is all brand stuff on it. CVC. It had to be connected with CVS because there are a lot of CVS things in there.
There you go.
Was it one of those like you send in your box tops and then you get
Nope. I was not expecting this thing at all.
Huh. All right. That's strange.
Jeff, explain how our listeners can get their own tool of the week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if you want to support the channel, we always put an affiliate link, it's called, in the description. We also have a list on our website. So anybody that uses that link and anything that you buy, even if you don't buy the tool of the week, if you use that link, we'll get a portion of that sale. So, it helps support the podcast. If you're going to do a little Christmas shopping,
Oh, yeah.
help us out. Helps. Yeah, click the link, shop through that link, and you'll help support the podcast. We take time out of the week every week to do this, which it's a little bit of selfish devotion because we enjoy doing it.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah, it's a good time, and we're happy to do it. But it costs us money to do this, so we just we put the affiliate links out there to help the podcast. We also have a Patreon, so you can support us there.
That's right.
We have a sort of a after show, so we'll do which we just we watched the last week's after show with Rich. We're cracking up because it's we'll let a little more loose on there
because we forgot what we said.
Yeah. So we'll do 10 minutes or so. We did about 20 minutes last week. So you can support us there on Patreon, and just keep listening. We're not expecting anything from anybody, so that's right. That's what we want most.
We want your feedback. We want to hear from you. Tell us where you're from, what you're up to. Show us some of your work. Share with us your thoughts.
Yeah, and tell your friends about the podcast.
Yeah. The more the merrier.
We're a close-knit community.
We are.
And we love it. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Should we...
Don't eat too much. Stay safe.
Thank our gold tier patrons on Patreon.
Yeah, so we have our buddy David Murphy and our buddy Manny Sirianni.
Thank you.
Manny, Tuesday. Keep an eye out. Something coming for you.
Sincere thanks to David and Manny.
Yeah, it means a lot.
And to all our patrons, is that Pavel or Powell?
I figure we talk about that on the Patreon section.
Don't jump the gun.
Yeah, jumping the gun. That's what this giant dash line
I
means.
didn't know what the dash line meant.
It says bonus footage and then patrons.
Oh.
Okay, I have to take a break because I am squirming around in my seat.
Me too.
Yeah.
You gonna be able to get through those leaves back there?
So